The villains on this list definitely put the evil is bigger trope to the test. Now warning, I didn't cover any villains whose power is the ability to alter their size, and I tried to focus on the ones who are just big to begin with. The ones on this list are of gargantuan proportions, so get ready to feel real damn small. And at number 10 we've got Kingpin. Starting off our list is Wilson Fisk. Since we'll be reaching some titanic levels of big later on, figure I'd kick it off with someone who is not just large but quite in charge. Wilson Fisk, aka Kingpin, is one of the most powerful and feared crime lords in the Marvel Universe, specifically in New York City. First appearing in The Amazing Spider-Man number 50 in 1976, Kingpin was created by Stan Lee and John Romita Sr. The cool thing about Kingpin though is that his size isn't due to lifting, oh no. It's mainly a whole lot of muscle under that flashy suit. At number 9, Giganta. Now jumping over to the DC universe, we've got a villain that we've talked about on a few of our other lists. Giganta. Giganta was originally a Wonder Woman villain. While Giganta is capable of increasing her size, she's naturally quite large. Before becoming Giganta, the character was a doctor suffering from a fatal blood disease. In an attempt to save her life, she captures Wonder Woman, planning to put her life essence inside of her by using a machine she created. But halfway through the process, they're interrupted by Wonder Girl, and instead Giganta is placed inside of a body of a giant gorilla of the same name. Desperate to be human, Giganta, the gorilla, finds a strong woman named Olga, who has size-changing abilities and transfers her consciousness into her body. Oh science. Gotta love it. And at number 8, we've got Blob. While Wilson Fisk and Giganta might be all muscle, the next one on our list is quite the opposite. Blob is a Marvel villain who first appeared on the scene as an obese circus freak when Charles Xavier attempts to have him join the X-Men. Unfortunately, he is pretty obnoxious, causing the other X-Men to complain about him. Blob doesn't like this much and refuses the invitation, claiming he's better off without the X-Men, and escapes before Charles Xavier can wipe his memory of the events. Going back to the circus, he takes over and gathers the other mutants working there, and decides to attack Xavier's mansion. And of course, he fails. Due to his body mass, Blob has an immense amount of physical strength, and he claims that he's immovable whenever he desires. He has been a member of both the Brotherhood of Mutants and Freedom Force. Sound familiar? Some of you might recognize this character from the 2009 X-Men Origins Wolverine movie. And at 7, we've got Slug. Here we have another crime lord, in the form of Slug. Apparently, being overweight does have its perks. Slug is a character that is fairly indestructible. Bullets don't faze him, mainly because his vital organs are protected by several thick layers of fat. He's a Miami-based crime lord, primarily focused on drugs, that first appeared in Captain America number 325. According to the official handbook of the Marvel Universe, Update 89, Slug is conceivably a mutant due to his size, since a normal person just wouldn't be able to function at that weight. Authors tend to poke fun at him and his obesity from time to time, so while he arguably may be more notable than Kingpin in scale, it's harder to take him seriously. And at 6, we've got Egg Foo. We featured Egg Foo in another one of our videos recently, Top 10 Supervillains You Haven't Heard of. Egg Foo is a Chinese communist agent, which is pretty obvious based off his not-so-subtle racially stereotypical appearance. Egg Foo wants to destroy capitalism, and he doesn't like Americans much. He's also a giant egg. In his first appearance in Wonder Woman number 157, he's the size of a high-rise building, but in later reincarnations of the character, he's closer to the scale of some of the heroes that he faces down the line. Number 5. Dormammu. This dude is huge. First appearing in Strange Tales 126 in 1964, Dormammu is a creation of Stan Lee's, and started off as a detail of Doctor Strange's adventures as opposed to an actual physical villain he faced. Dormammu was mentioned in passing in the comics, but once fans started asking more questions, Stan Lee felt the need to put a face to the name. He was established as being the ruler of an alternate dimension, a god tyrant of some sorts, and became something of a nemesis for Strange, appearing in over 6 decades of Marvel publications. He made his cinematic debut in the recent Doctor Strange film, portrayed by Benedict Cumberbatch via motion capture technology. Wonder what it's like playing both the hero and the villain at the same time. Number 4. Exetar. Meet Exetar. He's 20,000 feet tall. He goes by the nickname the Executioner. He's also been known to go by the Destroyer of Worlds and the Purifier of Galaxies. I think that's painting a pretty clear picture about what Exetar's all about. From his first appearance in Thor number 387 in 1988, his main gig was to destroy the worlds that failed the Celestials' tests. He's pretty damn powerful too. He controls cosmic energy, which limits are currently unknown, and he's practically invulnerable. Thor's hammer only managed to put a minor dent in his armor, so this guy's definitely not screwing around. In at 3 is MOGO, the living planet. So MOGO counts as both a character and a location. Now I know this is cheating a little bit because he's technically one of the good guys, being part of the Green Lantern Corps. But during the War of the Green Lanterns, MOGO was corrupted and sent out hundreds of Green Lantern rings across the universe to recruit members to be brainwashed. MOGO's first appearance is in an issue of Green Lantern in 1985 in a story called MOGO Doesn't Socialize, and he was created by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons, the same guys who did Watchmen. Also, he's a planet. so that's just pretty damn big in general. At our number 2 spot, we've got UNICRON. The only number on this list to venture outside of comics, UNICRON definitely deserves to make the top 3 of our list. He's massive. He's the eternal nemesis of his twin brother Primus. He's also known as the Lord of Chaos, the Planet Eater, and the Chaos Bringer. Oh, and he's dedicated his life to consuming the multiverse. How do you power a body that big? By eating planets, moons, and stars, of course. A hardcore nihilist, UNICRON's ultimate goal is to end all of creation and be the center of the universe in a universe that literally consists of nothing. And finally, at number 1, we've got Galactus. Galactus is a godlike entity who gets his energy from draining living planets, completely disregarding any sense of empathy for the lives he's destroying. Classic villainous behavior, really. In his base form, he's bigger than the Earth, and for context, the radius of the Earth is 6,371 kilometers, which is fairly large. While occasionally switching over to the side of good, Galactus is generally portrayed as an antagonist. His origin takes us beyond the pre-Big Bang of the universe, as an explorer who is engulfed by space, and eventually, after billions of years gestating in the universe, he emerges as Galactus. Jack Kirby, one of his creators, has stated he used the Bible as inspiration for the character, being beyond the scope of an ordinary mortal, and the Silver Surfer being his fallen angel. Kirby also refers to him as one of the first gods in comics. And that's our list for today, guys. I know we primarily touched on supervillains in comics, but if you'd like to see another part of this list that ventures out more into different fandoms, let us know. But for now, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and turn on that bell notification so you never miss another nerdy list. I've been Kelly Pally with Top 10 Nerd, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.